Good evening, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming. It's really great to see everyone here. Of course, we're here tonight to celebrate our graduating seniors and our honors students. And I know that they really appreciate all of you coming to acknowledge all the hard work that they've put in to be here tonight. So thank you. Just before we start, I want to remind everyone to silence your cell phones, please. And also to invite you to the reception that will immediately follow the convocation. It'll be in the faculty dining rooms. There'll be food, there'll be cake. There's going to be a performance by some of the faculty members in honor of our seniors. And I don't want to hype it up too much, but it'll probably be the greatest live music performance you've ever seen. So should definitely come to that. There'll be rain bonnets, so please come. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce the Georgia Southwestern State University President, Dr. Kendall Blanchard.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you at this time the senior class, the graduating class of 2014. Again, obviously, this is not the entire graduating class of 2014, but these are honor students. These are students who are here tonight to receive awards, and certainly we are proud of them, as we are of all of our graduates. For the last several years, we have developed a program in which we encourage students to stay in school, don't drop out, and to graduate in 4 years or less. And those students who have managed to graduate in 4 years or less will be recognized this year. And tonight, I would like for them to stand, those of you who have been designated as Presidential 4-Year Scholars, to stand and let us recognize you. Thank you. Again, welcome to all of you to this very special honors convocation. We're glad you're here. We congratulate our seniors. We congratulate our award winners. And to you parents and others who are here to support our students, thank you. To faculty and staff, thank you. And particularly thank you to Dr. Courtney McDonald, who chaired the committee that planned this event, to Ruth Story Huffman, and others on the planning committee. We appreciate very much the hard work that they've put in. This is a new event. We've never done it like this before. So what they have done is an amazing job. So again, I appreciate it, and I'm glad that you're here tonight.
Well, good evening. I'm Brian Adler. I'm the academic vice president. And it's a great pleasure to see all of you here. It says in the program I'm supposed to have the introduction, but I think Dr. Blanchard did that very well. So I think we will proceed on with the program. And it's my great pleasure to recognize the Vice President Excellence in Scholarship Award recipient. Is Dr. Brian Heschheiser in attendance? Dr. Heschheiser, would you please come forward, sir? Let me just let you know a little bit about what Dr. Heschheiser has done to receive this prestigious award. He has 47 peer-reviewed journal publications. He has been publishing for quite a while, really over a 36 or 37-year time span, starting in 1977 when he was a graduate student. He has a wide array of research interests, and they include labor relations, employment law, something I know nothing about and don't even understand the phraseology here, organization, member, exchange, relationship, and commitment fields. Maybe Dr. Heschheiser will explain that. He has also published in the areas of employment benefits and health insurance, which are certainly timely topics these days, and in business education. Dr. Heschheiser has received multiple faculty development awards here at Georgia Southwestern, and he is a reviewer for a number of highly regarded and prestigious scholarly journals. And so these are only a few of the reasons why he is the well-deserving recipient for the Vice President's Excellence in Research Award. Congratulations. We hope so. Stand over here. It's now my great pleasure to recognize members of our honor societies. And our honor societies are listed in your program, beginning on page, let's see, this is a long program. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, page 7. And so, the first honor society I would like to recognize is Alpha Psi Omega. And this is the National Theater Honor Society. Students have to have a minimum of a 2.5 GPA and achieve 75 or more points from the point system found in the organization's national constitution. Would members of Alpha Psi Omega please rise for recognition? Thank you. Our next organization, Honor Society, is Beta Gamma Sigma. This is the International Honor Society that serves business programs, and it is accredited, business programs that are accredited by AACSB, which is the organization that accredits a total of only 5% of all business programs in the world. This organization, this society, is the highest recognition a business student anywhere in the world can receive. To be eligible for invitation, a student must be enrolled in a business program and be in the upper 10% of the junior or senior class. Would members of Beta Gamma Sigma please rise for recognition? Thank you. Our next honor society is Mu Pi, chapter of Sigma Theta Tau International. And this is the International Honor Society for Nursing. Junior or senior students who are enrolled in the nursing program and who rank in the upper 35% of their graduating class and have a minimum of a 3.0 grade point average are eligible. Graduate students are also eligible, but they must have a 3.5 GPA. Would students who are members of the Mu Pi chapter of Sigma Theta Tau International please rise for recognition? Thank you. Pi Sigma Alpha is the next honor society we will recognize. It is the National Political Science Honor Society. It is the only honor society for college students of political science and government in the United States. Students have to have at least a B average and must be in the top 1/3 of their entire class to be eligible for membership. Would members of Pi Sigma Alpha please rise for recognition? Thank you. Psi Chi is the International Honor Society in Psychology, founded in 1929 for the purpose of encouraging, stimulating, and maintaining excellence in scholarship and advancing the science of psychology. Students have to be in the upper 35% of their class, and they have to have a GPA of at least a 3.0. Would members of Psi Chi please rise for recognition? All right, well, and then we finally have Alpha Lambda Delta Honor Society, and this is the Freshman Honor Society. Students have to have maintained a 3.5 GPA and be in the upper 20% of their class during the first semester as a full-time student. We may not have any such freshmen here since this is recognizing seniors tonight, but on the off chance that we do, please rise. Oh, excellent. Very good. Congratulations, students. You are at the top of your classes, and we are so pleased to recognize you here this evening.
All right, and now Dr. Ironova, who is our featured scholar 2013 and 2014, is going to give the featured scholar address. So please welcome her.
So let's see first if it works. Well, it works. No? So I assume you see the title page of my presentation that says my journey in pictures, because I can see, obviously. But anyway, good evening, and I'm Dr. Jordanova. I'm a chemistry professor, and it is an honor to be here tonight to celebrate the achievements of our graduating students, and it's a great privilege to have the chance to share a story with you, the story of my journey. We all are part of the great GSW family, being teachers, staff, or students. We come from all over US and the world. We have different stories and experiences, but today we all share lives at GSW. This institution brought all of us together to teach, to learn, and to grow academically, mentally, and spiritually. Many of you students are from around the area, and joining GSW might have been your first encounter with people from abroad. I'm sure it was an interesting and exciting experience, maybe a little scary if the first foreign person that you have met was your chemistry professor. Being one of those foreigners, I would like to share a story with you tonight, the story of my journey. With pictures and words, I would like to try to inspire you to always look ahead, strive for more knowledge and life excitements, and understand that the world has no boundaries if we commit to live our life to the fullest, be kind and caring, and don't forget where we come from. I will try to be relatively short, but you need to pay close attention because there will be some quiz questions in the end, so be careful. I'm serious. You don't see anything, or you see another? Because it's great. We'll make it work until the end. I grew up in a small town in Bulgaria, and early on I knew I wanted to be a teacher one day, but I also knew that I want to travel and see the world. Growing up in a small community gave me a sense of belonging and safety, but I always wondered what is the life in the big city, out of the country, or even in another planet. I guess I was lucky, and in the... Is that the next slide? I guess so. Okay. I apologize. I guess I was lucky, and in the summer of 1988, as a 7th grader, I was part of a group of middle school students that went on a summer camp near Košice, Slovakia. Away from my family, on my own for 2 weeks in Slovakia, it was the best experience of my life up to this point. I met other students from different countries, learned about their cultures, and I knew at that point for sure I want to see more of the world. When I graduated from high school in 1992, I moved to the capital of Bulgaria, Sofia, to study chemistry at the largest and oldest university in our country, Sofia University. After I received my master's degree in theoretical chemistry, I thought, well, maybe I don't have much a chance to be a teacher with that major, but I never gave up on the idea one day to be in front of the students in a big auditorium. Life is unpredictable, and it takes us places where we never dreamed we would be. One master's degree was not enough, and in 1997 I signed up for another one. This time the program was part of a major that included 5 months studying in another European country, and I saw a great opportunity to explore first Europe and maybe the rest of the world next. As part of the program, I ended up going to Bordeaux, France. By the way, Bordeaux has a great wine. And at that time, I knew some French because I was taking French language classes in school for about 6 years. And you cannot imagine how excited I was. I spent 5 short months working with world-class scientists in the Centre de Recherche Paul Pascal, an institute that was part of the University of Bordeaux. I had the most amazing time doing research and exploring the local culture, cuisine, and wonderful street coffee places. We don't have much of those here in the US. Unfortunately, I didn't have the chance to finish my second master's degree because another great opportunity presented itself, and I could not miss it for the world. A young professor at Notre Dame University, Indiana, go Irish for those that like football, was looking for graduate students. I applied this time for their PhD program, and I was accepted. I was going to America, all the way on the other side of the world, at least that's what my parents said with sadness. So I was thrilled about the unknown and a little scared since I didn't know much English at that time. Remember, I was taking French classes at school. In 1998, I arrived at the O'Hare Airport in Chicago, and the culture shock slapped me in the face. The gigantic city, fast-paced, new language, everything was different, but everything was exhilarating at the same time. It took me a little while to adjust and learn the new language, but when I took the risk and went across the world and started a new life, I knew there was no place for fear and doubts. I was determined to succeed in my studies at Notre Dame University, and to have a good time in my new environment. 2 years later, my graduate advisor took a job at Pennsylvania State University, and she relocated our entire research group to State College, Pennsylvania, where Penn State is. I didn't know that State College is actually a city at that time. I spent another 3 years of graduate school at Penn State, and in 2003, I was a doctor of philosophy in chemistry. Those were 3 amazing years of meeting new people from all around the world and becoming more adjusted to the American culture. My journey didn't stop there. After I graduated from Penn State, I received a postdoctoral research position at Pacific North National Laboratory in Richland, Washington. My job took me from PA, Pennsylvania, to Washington State, and I have to say I was really surprised by the place. World-class research lab, but the area was not even close to what I knew about Washington State. Southeast part of the state is a high desert with dry climate and almost no vegetation, a fact I could not get used to for the 2 years I spent there. Nevertheless, another great chapter of my life full of experience and new discoveries. In 2005, I took a job at GSW to be an assistant professor of physical chemistry. Finally, my dream to be a teacher became true. I was very excited to work with students, although it was challenging. I knew chemistry is a hard subject, and it takes an effort to appreciate the endless horizons of the science, so I put a lot of effort, and I continue to do so to make students interested in chemistry. Few years after I started teaching at GSW, I realized that teaching my students only the subject of chemistry was not enough. I wanted to teach them about the boundless world, about the opportunities they can have in life outside of their local community or even country. That is why in 2009 I was part of a study abroad program in Bulgaria. It was such an amazing experience since I was able to show GSW students where I come from, how I was living growing up in Bulgaria, and even share with them many of my favorite dishes. We were visiting Greece for a day to make the whole trip more unforgettable for all of us. I believe after the trip, all of the students were more appreciative of other cultures and were eager to explore more. Having such an incredible time in Bulgaria with my students, during spring break of 2010, I decided to participate in another study abroad program, and we took a trip to El Salvador. This was part of the University 4000 class that took place part at GSW and part in El Salvador, where GSW students helped build houses in collaboration with the Fuller Center for Housing. This was my first time traveling to Central America. We had a remarkable group of very hardworking students who also had a chance to go on a zip line, mountain hiking, and old ruins sightseeing. We all had a great time, but most importantly, we learned the hard way what it takes to build a house with limited resources and be a part of a completely different culture, a life-changing experience for all of us. I didn't stop my journey even there. This past spring break, I took students to Peru as part of another University 4000 class. We had the best time ever working hard to help 3 families build their houses and spend fun time whitewater rafting, island and Inca ruin sightseeing, walking on the streets of the capital Lima, and on the sandy beaches. We even experienced an earthquake. For some of the students that came on the trips over the years with me, it was their first time going on a plane or traveling abroad. The first time is always exciting and scary, but I hope it will not be their last. What a trip can give us or teach us, no tour guide, book, or pictures can do. The personal experience stays forever with us. The traveling and sharing other cultures definitely help. It helped me for sure to see the world in a way nobody can explain to me, to learn to admire and appreciate other cultures, and to understand that as global as the world is now, there always be a place for each one of us anywhere in it, as long as we want to explore, live, and learn that life has no boundaries. Thank you. And now the quiz questions. I always ask my students how old I am. Can you figure out from the timelines and in how many US states I lived? Anyway, you can take this as a take-home exam or quiz.
Thank you, that was great. It's now my privilege to introduce to you the students who, because of their extraordinary academic achievement and high GPA, have been named to the President's List for the fall of 2013. You'll see them listed on the inside second and third page. And if all of those students would please stand so that we can recognize your achievement. Congratulations.
I'm Dr. Tommy Wright. I'm from the biology department and represent all of our fine people over in the sciences. Is Jackie Larson here? Jackie, are you here? Okay, well, this is going to be in absentia. This is for the Outstanding Biology Graduate 2014. We don't always give one, but we do when it's absolutely called for. And I'm going to make this a few adjectives you're probably going to hear the rest of the night. And so I wrote them down so I wouldn't get out of line. Hard work, persistence, dependability, integrity, of course, academic excellence. And one thing that really strikes us very well, too, is, and is equally important, is always a positive attitude, no matter what we throw out. And we throw out a bunch of stuff with a big, big smile on her face. I'd like to congratulate Jackie Larson for being outstanding biology graduate, if you would. So thank you in that sense.
It is a great pleasure to present to you one of our outstanding graduating chemistry students, Stephen Moore. Please come over here. And a few words about him. He will be graduating with a Bachelor's of Science in Chemistry with overall GPA of 378. Stephen wants to continue his education in the medical field, and he already has 50 shadowing hours in America's pediatrics. He's not only an excellent chemistry student and a very pleasant person to know, but he's also a great athlete. During his stay at GSW, he was on the GSW men's tennis team, and he was on the Peach Belt Conference all-academic team during 2011, 2012, and 2012-2013 academic years. His extracurriculum activities include being member of the Kappa Sigma fraternity, the chemistry club, and the Zephyr recruitment team. Stephen was the recipient of a 2012 Kappa Sigma Endowment Fund Scholar Leader Award and was recognized as the top 2% of all undergraduates. He was also the recipient of the 2012 Southwest Georgia Local ACS and Optima Chemical Award. He was 3 times on the President's List and 4 times on the Academic Achievement Award list. Stephen is also a co-author of a paper that will soon be published in the Journal of Chemical Education. So, congratulations. And I have one more award for Kinsey Powell, another outstanding chemistry student. She came to GSW from Marion County High School with a GPA of 4.0, and she's graduating with Bachelor's of Science degree in Chemistry with a GPA of 3.71. Over the years at GSW, she was part of the Chemistry Club, the GSW University Honors Program, the Caregiver Certificate Program, Gamma Beta Phi Honor Society, and she's also a co-author of a paper in the Journal of Chemical Education. She made the Dean's List for Academic Achievements in 2010-2013, and she received an award for Outstanding Achievements in Chemistry in 2013, as well as the Optima Chemical Award for Outstanding Undergraduate Chemistry Student in 2014. Kinsey is accepted to Southern College of Optometry in Memphis, Tennessee, with a contract seat for Georgia, in which Georgia picks 5 people from Georgia to pay for their out-of-state tuition. So this is a great achievement.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Kuipers, and it is my pleasure to represent the Department of English and Modern Languages tonight. Ryan Walker. While Ryan's coming up, I don't have a long list of his achievements. The most wonderful things about Ryan are his winsome smile and his biting humor and his engaging curiosity. Ryan has made, as a non-traditional student, a number of sacrifices, as have his family, who I hope are here tonight, so that Ryan could continue to go to school, and we are super proud that he's been able to do that. Now, I would like Lindley McGuire, Lauren Collier, Jonathan Simmons, come on, Catherine Lavender, Allison McCarter, and Ashley Bratcher to come up. The English department is enormously fortunate in that over the years we've had quite a few scholarships that have been endowed for our rising stars in our department. And before you, you have some of our rising stars. And I'm not going to bore you with the names of their scholarships. They're in the program. You can look at them. We're super proud of you guys. Thanks for your hard work.
Good evening. As the program says, I am Linda Randall, and around here I'm known as the first-year advocate, and I have been elevated to doctorate status, and that was the easiest doctorate anyone has ever earned. So, thank you. Anyway, it is my pleasure. I am the person that helps along with all of my colleagues, but I'm the point person for all things first year. So my primary concern is to help all first-year students and their families transition to college. One of my many sub-roles is to be the advisor for the Alpha Lambda Delta Honor Society for first-year students. 4 years ago, we brought in our first class after years of the Honor Society being on a hiatus. And this year, we are presenting our first ever Outstanding Service to GSW from Alpha Lambda Delta member. Quickly, I want to tell you about somebody who is very special. He came in at the class In 2010, when I arrived, I had been here 2 weeks when this graduating class arrived. Came from Massachusetts, didn't know anything about Georgia, and had to learn right along with them. So thank you, fellow freshmen, for hanging in there and being here today. This young man was inducted into Alpha Lambda Delta. He's gone on to serve in Res Life. He served in student government. He's also served most recently as a storm spotter, which is a new program that helps first-year students transition in the University 1000 class. So I would like you to know more about my beloved Frank Hutchison Hutch Smith. Would you please come forward?
Hello, I'm Susan Bragg, and I am privileged to introduce you to Cassandra Tootin. You come on up. I know you're out in this corner somewhere. Miss Cassandra, oh, there you are. Cassandra Tootin. Cassandra Tootin is the outstanding graduate in the history department, and I just want to note that we actually stole Cassandra from another department. We knew that she was a good student. We knew that she had real potential, and so we were very fortunate to get her. But one of the things that really stood out that we didn't actually know at the time when we first got her, come over here, Miss Tootin, is that Miss Tootin is the hardest working student I have ever met. And I want to really congratulate her for that. She's the History Club president. Her writing has won awards, multiple awards. She is now accepted into the history program, the history master's program at Georgia State. And so I know that we'll be hearing more from her. And I'm just very proud of her tonight. Congratulations.
Good evening. This year's Political Science Award goes to a student who excelled not only in the classroom, not simply because he's a member of the Political Science Honor Society, not simply because he's served in various leadership positions here at GSW, but I think most impressively, I think what made him stand out from his peers, and it was a really good cohort this year, is that he presented 2 papers at academic conferences this semester. One in Atlanta at a professional conference, the Southeastern Commission for the Study of Religion, as well as a history conference at Auburn University. I think he's a tremendous person, and I enjoy our conversations together, and I'm really going to miss him, but I know he's going to go on and do great things. This year's Outstanding Graduate Award in Political Science goes to Michael Vanham. Please come on up.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Chuck Huffman. I'm presenting the Excellence in Psychology Award, and that is based primarily on academic performance and, to a lesser degree, other achievements related to service to the department or the discipline of psychology. The recipient of this award is Miss Susanna Turner. Come on, Susanna. I'm not going to say much about her right now because I'll be talking more about her later in the program. For now, we'll just say she has a 4.0 GPA, and she's been a wonderful psychology student.
Hi, Jeff Green, Theater, Communication, and Media Arts. Every now and then, you have a student who you think, you know what, if I'm lucky, I might work for them someday. And the student that we're going to recognize this evening is just exactly one of those students. Sarah Thompson, if you would please come up. Every year Sarah's been a student. She's been selected among a small group of students who serve at the Rylander Theater under a sponsored program made possible through the generous support of the Charles L. Mix Memorial Fund. Have to get that in. She is a multi-year nominee and presenter at the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival. She has performed in a variety of both supporting and leading roles in a number of main stage productions, both on our campus and at the Rylander Theater. She is the outgoing president of Alpha Psi Omega, our student theater honorary society. And for the past year, she's been absolutely the best student company manager. This is the student who wrangles all of our other students through the production process, and we are sorely going to miss her. And so it's a great privilege to be able to present Sarah with our Dramatic Arts Star Award.
We did not forget you, Lee. I'm really excited to present this year's Excellence in Sociology Award to Lee McClendon. Is she here? Yes. Lee is a psychology minor, a sociology major. She's graduating with a 3.83 GPA. She has done all of that as a commuter student who also has a full-time job. So she works really, really hard, and we're all going to miss her very much. So congratulations.
Hello, I'm Liz Wilson with the Business School, and we have a number of people we want to recognize tonight. And first, I want to recognize the highest GPA for our graduating business student, Hannah Frazier. I've seen you. I know you're here. Come on up. With over 800 business students, it takes something to graduate with the highest GPA. Hannah's going to graduate with highest honors, and suffice it to say, she is well north of a 3.75. And I'm going to apologize in advance. Some of our awards are given, some of our students are online students, and one of them I know for sure is not going to be able to be here tonight. And so some of them, when I call your names, or when I call their names, they may not be here, but I want to recognize them none the same. One young person that I know is here tonight, because we made him sit on the front here, is our outstanding graduate in the business school for our on-campus program. Ben Moody is well known, has been well known to me since he was a freshman. He was one of my human resource management majors, and so I got to know him probably better than he would have liked. He told me one time I was very intimidating, which kind of intimidated me. I've really tried to work on that, Ben. But Ben has been, in addition to graduating with honors, Ben is the outgoing, or I guess outgone is the correct term, student government president. He has been very active, as you can well imagine, in student affairs. He has also been very active in the classroom and outside the classroom. He has secured a very competitive management training position in HR with a nationally known company, and so we're very proud of him in that aspect. And as Jeff said, I have no doubt that many of us one day will be working for this young man, and I hope he remembers GSW and the School of Business fondly. So, Benjamin Moody. Is Summer Day here? Yeah, I was afraid she was not going to be able to be here. Summer is from Bainbridge. She has a 3.85 GPA while maintaining a full-time job. She's married. Her husband is a police officer in Bainbridge. She graduated from Bainbridge State College and transferred here and has been taking a full load ever since. So she exemplifies what we are proudest of in our online students, and that is the non-traditional student that works full-time, manages a family, and also manages to achieve excellence in the classroom. So please join me in congratulating Summer Knight. Similarly, Ralph Van Norman is in Atlanta, I believe. Mrs. Robinson, I can't see you back there, but I can't tell if you're nodding or not. He is won the Georgia Society of CPA or Certified Public Accountants Academic Achievement Award. This is also a very competitive award, and he's unable to be with us tonight. I believe that scholarship or that award also carries with it a cash award, so don't know if it's going to be here when he gets to it or not, but we would join me in congratulating him. We also have several scholarships that generous donors have given to the School of Business for distribution to our students, and we are always happy when we're able to find students that match these scholarships. And I want to announce them, and I'm going to ask you, I'm going to go ahead and announce the scholarship, and then I'll ask you all to come up at the same time to save a little bit of time. The Belford Scholarship is given to, in memory of William Belford, it is given to a student, a business student, upper division business student that has at least a 3.0 GPA, and also preference is given to student athletes. And the winner of this award is Michael Lance Shelton, who is a baseball player, and he's unable to be with us tonight as well. The James Daraso Scholarship is given in memory of James Daraso by the Daraso family. We are able to give, generally because of the Daraso family's generosity, more than one scholarship per year. The criteria are at least a 3.0 in upper division coursework, and either working or showing leadership while in school. The winners of this award are Leslie Chandler Bryant, Amanda Fleeman, Stephen Kyle Heath, Tiara Thompson, Jonathan Patrick Donnelly, Thomas W. Flournoy, and James Ryan Singley. The Wheeler Parker Scholarship is given by the Wheeler family to honor their family. Again, the scholarship requirements are at least a 3.0 with some upper division coursework. The winners of it are Ashton Elizabeth Goff and Christopher S. Baker. The Jeff Singley Scholarship, cash scholarship, is a relatively new scholarship and was given by Mrs. Singley in honor of her deceased husband, Jeff. And the winner and the criteria are at least a 3.5 GPA and working at least part-time, and the winner is Jessica Neely. The Kennebrew Rotary Scholarship and the Shiver Rotary Scholarship are given by those families and to honor both the Rotary program as well as students who are involved in our Enactus, which used to be SIFE program. And the winners of this are Charlie John Curran, Samantha Kathleen Price, Brandon Ken Foster, Matthew Hurley Fuller, and Kay L. Poussin. Would y'all please come up and let me give you your certificates and congratulate you. And please help me congratulate these fine young ladies. I'm gonna let them clap while we stand here.
Good evening. My name is Kathy Barnettson, and this is my colleague Gavin Bernstein. We're from the School of Education Special Education Program. We have 10 outstanding graduate students, students who are graduating this year. They are receiving an award for outstanding professional growth and development, and we are so very proud of them. They have excelled in all aspects, and I know a school system is going to be excited to have each and every one of them as their teachers. So, and the students will also be very excited as well. So we're going to call them up because we are family, and we're going to call them up, and I want all of us to get a picture over there. No, I'm in charge. All right. The first one is Rachel Adams, Mandy Bruner. I'm just going to call them, and if we'll hold applause until we get them all up here. Kayla Farrar, Olivia Smith, Nicole Braswell, Ashley Chastain, Colton Glover, and Carol Ann Simpson. We have two that are not here tonight, CJ Hillard and Haley Knight. But please give them a round of applause because they've worked really hard.
Good evening. My name is Cheryl Venable, and I am representing the Early Childhood Education program. Our program has a unit here on Georgia Southwestern's campus, as well as one on the Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College campus. We would like to present two awards. The first award is for the early childhood candidate with the highest average, and that award goes to Ms. Elma Daniel. The second award is for the outstanding early childhood candidate, and in order to get this award, the student must have a GPA of a 3.6 or above, demonstrate outstanding dispositions, and have positive comments from the master teacher as well as other field experienced teachers in the field. And this award goes to Ms. Lee Ann Driscoll.
Good evening, I'm Lynn Larson, representing the middle grades department. And every year we have middle grades people come through our department who just make an impact on you. And this young lady certainly made an impact on me and my life through her dedication and her willingness. And she, without a doubt, has been one of the most determined young ladies that I've ever worked with. And she's going to graduate with a 3.9 GPA or higher, and she is going to be an outstanding middle school science or language arts teacher. Emily Carlson.
Good evening. My name is Catalina Casaru, and I'm a professor in exercise science and wellness. And tonight I am going to present two important awards to two important people. First of all, Haley Jones. Haley is from Americus, Georgia. She recently was accepted in Medical College of Georgia for a degree in occupational therapy. She belongs to different honor societies, such as Sigma Alpha Pi Society of Leadership and Success, Gamma Beta Phi Honor Society. Also, she served as the Georgia Southwestern Ambassador of the Board of Regents in 2012. She is a past president of Georgia, or former president of Georgia Southwestern Exercise Science and Wellness Club. She's a member of American College of Sports Medicine. She was involved with research, helping me out in a study focusing on recovery protocol for master swimmers. Also, her GPA is 3.9. She has been on the list of the President list, Dean list, an academic achievement list multiple times. Also, she is a recipient of the Francis Wood Wilson Scholarship, Kiwanis Club Scholarship, and also the Alumni Cash Scholarship.
Good evening. I'm Boris Pilsberger from School of Computing and Mathematics. And the first award from School of Computing and Mathematics is going to Yuja Wang. Yuja. He is a really outstanding student with GPA 4.0. He is a graduate student. He will be graduating in May. He was a perfect student in each class. I have talked to his instructors, and all of them confirmed that he was the best student. He also took classes with me, and also I can confirm it. But he also worked for us in a lab, was lab assistant, and he made essential contribution in the project with Georgia Forestry Commission, which is a project related to development mobile application for existing database. In this case, please congratulate. The second award is going to George Banqueras. George, please. George will be graduating in December this year, in fall. But nobody would like him to graduate. And the reason for this, because he is exceptional teaching assistant in programming class, programming 1 and programming 2. This is the most difficult, like bottleneck classes in computer science, information technology, and many students appreciate his help. And we really, I in Georgia Southwestern for almost 17 years, and we had in the past teaching assistant, tutors, but he really outstanding. Michael.
Sorry, I was cut short. But. So the second award in exercise science and wellness tonight goes to Michaela Newberry. Here she is. Michaela's GPA is 3.83. She has served on the orientation team for Zafar recruiting team and as an ambassador. She has held leadership positions in Kappa Delta sorority and the Exercise and Wellness Club. She has been induced into Alpha Lambda Delta Honor Society, Order of the Omega Greek Leadership Honor Society, and Who's Who among American colleges and universities. Also, she has been named to the President's List, Dean List, and Academic Achievement List in previous semesters. And the last award, but not the least, that goes to Christina Rice. This is for Department of Health and Physical Education. Just 1 second. Christina she is a senior in Health and Physical Education. Her GPA is 4.0. She has volunteered with the Girl Scouts of Georgia, also Lee County Schools. Also, she's a wife and mother of 2 children.
It's time to give out the Outstanding Mathematics Awards. There will be no quiz, only because Dr. Blanchard tells me that there aren't enough ambulances on hand. Would you fellows come up, Stephen Berea, Whitley Falk, and Matthew Hewlin, if you're all here, and line up along the wall, and then I'll make some comments. Just line up on the wall there, okay? We'll try to do this with some efficiency. Okay, I'm going to give these awards out not in alphabetical order, but in an order so I can make some reasonable comments. The first Outstanding Mathematics Award goes to Whitley Falk. He's in pure mathematics. I've been trying to encourage him to move to applied mathematics where he can get a job, but he's so far resisted me. The next award goes to Matthew Hewlin, who is interested in applied mathematics in the sense that he wants to get his degree in mathematical biology, and he's already done some research in mathematical biology. And the next award goes to Stephen Berea. I'll say some more about Stephen in just a moment because he's our outstanding graduate award student. I threatened these guys with a picture of me, but I'll stand back and they almost didn't come. All right. The outstanding graduate award goes to Stephen Berea. We didn't think we could get Stephen to graduate. He's a violinist, classicist, and he told me he didn't want to graduate because he hadn't taken all the courses at Georgia Southwestern that interested him. So I don't know what to say. I'm going to give him a little brochure now to try to get him to enroll in the graduate program in finance, the new one at the University of North Carolina. And a book in philosophical Greek.
Ian, come on up. I am Irvin Anderson, a senior lecturer in the School of Computing and Mathematics. I'm also the executive director of the African American Male Institute. Each year we give our graduates an award, and this award goes to the young men who stays and complete their education. Ian will receive a degree in computer science, and he's from Atlanta, Georgia.
The next award is given in honor of two students who started in learning support here at Georgia Southwestern, but their lives were taken early and tragically. Randy by robbery and Joanna by domestic violence. We will give this award to two students today, students who show promise and progression toward graduation who started in learning support. Will Xavier Kamen and Eddie James Terry come forward? Xavier is majoring in dramatic arts and he's from Atlanta. And Eddie James Terry is one of our non-traditional students from Buena Vista and he's majoring in psychology.
Good evening. My name is Ellen Elder. I'm standing in for Dr. Humphrey. If those of you from Southwestern, you know that I'm not Dr. Humphrey. But I welcome you, and I would like to present the awards on behalf of the Georgia Southwestern School of Nursing and the Sigma Theta Tau International Honor Society, Mu Pi chapter. We have 3 awards that we give. We give 1 award to each program track, and we have 3 tracks. The first one is the traditional program track, and that goes to Kayla Johnson. I don't think Kayla is here tonight, and we want to extend her our congratulations. Our second degree program recipient is Perry Kelly. She's also not here tonight, but we extend congratulations. And our third award goes to our online RN to BSN program, and that is Justina Hall. Justina is one of our students from North Carolina, so she is not here tonight either. And so all 3 will get their awards mailed to them. Our last award will go to our junior outstanding achievement. This student has shown great promise in her academic classroom and clinical settings, and she is here tonight, and that's Christine Settles.
During my tenure as SGA's president, 2013 to 2014, I had the opportunity to work with many faculty and staff members in various capacities in our institution. And I can tell you and attest by experience that GSW has a very vital and important group of unsung heroes, men and women who work in faculty and staff positions who put in a lot of work and time for even events like tonight, who don't always receive recognition or award, which is what makes this special for me. Tonight, I get to recognize 2 individuals who have worked hard for our institution, who've played very important roles with SGA, but also with the GSW community at large. And so I'm very excited that I get to offer these awards tonight. The first award is SGA's Faculty Member of the Year, and this year we selected a faculty member who has been very vital in maintaining our Georgia View platform. She's been very supportive to students inside and outside of the classroom, and she has been tremendously helpful to SGA in allowing us to conduct our elections, to conduct surveys. She has been at the utmost help, so I'm very proud to announce that the SGA Faculty Member of the Year for 2014 is Dr. Ala Yemelinov. Traditionally, SGA has given out 2 year-end awards, one for a faculty member and one for a staff member. But this year holds a special significance for the staff member position. In the fall semester, many of you in our GSW community will recall that we lost a very strong pillar of the community in Chief Oris Bryant. Chief Bryant served for a long time as the advisor to student government, and it is for this reason that we have named this award the Chief Oris Bryant Jr. Award to recognize the staff member who most exhibits Chief's willingness to serve others. So I'm very pleased and proud to announce that this year's Oris Bryant Jr. Staff Award goes to Miss Keena Davis.
Good evening. My name is Lynn Hicks, and I'm president of the Georgia Southwestern Alumni Association. And I'd like to clear up something first. She's 40 years old. I've been working on that for a while, and I think I do deserve some credit. When Dr. McDonald called and asked me if I would be a part of this program tonight, the first thing I did was shoot off an email to the Alumni Association staff and said, "What is this all about? Nobody told me about this." And then the next thing that popped in my mind, and I asked Dr. Blanchard, I said, "This is not a ploy to get my diploma back, is it?" And so immediately I hid my diploma, and I went back and checked and made sure all my parking tickets were paid and my book fines were done. So I feel pretty comfortable about this. And walking into the room tonight, I told my wife we didn't have awards back when I graduated, and there was nothing above 3.0 that you could receive. I've got to tell you, listening tonight, I'm in awe, and I am very humbled to be a part of this ceremony tonight. To listen to the outstanding awards and accomplishments of these young people in today's time has got to be something that all of us has got to be proud of. We see so much about our young people, but we don't see what I have seen tonight, and I am very humbled by that and congratulate each one of you. I got to thinking about, what am I going to talk about? And I started reaching back, way back, because I set foot in 1966 on this campus, and I sat in this room and took my SAT test in early 1966. And in 1975, I graduated from Georgia Southwestern. Now, I could not stand on the 4-year program for sure, but I've got to tell you, I wasn't a full-time student the whole time, and I did have an opportunity to take a vacation at the expense of Uncle Sam. But I got to thinking about what to say tonight to this group of these individuals who are being awarded and honored and recognized for their accomplishments. And I thought about something that Andy Warhol said in 1968 at an exhibit, and he said, "In the future, everyone will be world famous for 15 minutes. And that phrase continues to be used today, worldwide. We hear it all the time. But in today's world, everything is so fast-paced that it seems years have turned into months, and months into days, and minutes into seconds. With all the techno stuff that surrounds us, connects us every day, whether it be Instagrams or tweets, cell phones, whatever it might be, we can't go anywhere without seeing cell phones hooked to our ears or somebody looking at them, texting somebody. Everywhere. We're so connected today, and we're so fast-paced. And there's a lot of good that can be said about all of those things in our world today, and a lot of us have seen those changes. But when you think about it, isn't face-to-face really the true FaceTime? Isn't it better to talk with somebody than to send them a text? Or better to sit down and write a note instead of email? Isn't it really better? Sometimes we get so tied up and fast-paced that we forget what got us here, and that is relationships, people to people. Those relationships that each of you have developed during your time here on campus at Georgia Southwestern. Whether it was in the classroom, or in the cafeteria, the Canes Den, whether it be sitting in the gym on the basketball court, whether it be on the field watching them, whether it be in the library, whether it being in a restaurant downtown. No matter where it was, you built relationships. The many organizations that you're involved in, you built relationships. Whether it was with friends, fellow students, teachers, or staff on campus, relationships were built. And they didn't occur without time and nurturing. All of these things take time. Now comes an important, possibly one of the greatest decisions you'll ever have to make after tonight. What to do with those relationships. Some of you are going to continue to grow them as you continue your education right here on campus or go to another campus. But the vast majority of you are going to move on with your career in life, looking forward to new relationships and new challenges, and you'll develop those. Now, yes, you can step off the campus and never look back, and there are those that will do just that. We know them. But I, for one, have never understood why somebody who puts so much time and resources, so much blood, sweat, and tear to get to a point of graduating from a college, of building relationships with individuals, just walk away from that. I've never understood that. All of those things have brought you to this moment in time. GSW is your alma mater, and it is yours for life. With it comes a rich history that started back in 1906 and continues today. The mission statement, Georgia Southwestern State University, cultivates excellence in learning and teaching that encourage intellectual, personal, and social growth for students, faculty, staff, and the community. You'll have the opportunity to stay connected. Yes, the opportunity, and it's yours for the taking. The decision is yours. And I ask that each of you here tonight look at all that has influenced your life, all of the professors, the doctors, the staff that you've been involved in. For those awardees who have received awards tonight, the bond that you have built with them. Those were personal comments they've made. Don't leave it behind. Stay connected. Become an alumni that stays informed about your school and your alma mater. Continue to grow this relationship so much invested in, and utilize the resources that the school can provide and make available to the students and alumni. We have so much that's available after you leave. GSW has been your family and has always been a part of you, no matter where you go in the rest of your life. As I have always been told, don't forget who you are and where you came from. Heard that all my life. And for that, I am a GSW graduate. I'm an alumni, and this is my school. The Alumni Association mission is to provide opportunities for our alumni and friends to connect with Georgia Southwestern and to continue our education pursuit. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the GSW Alumni Association, I congratulate you tonight on the milestone and the awards you've received. These are things that will go forward with you in life and will be part of you forever. Do not leave the alumni behind. Become an active alumni and be part to make it a stronger and better organization. Your involvement with the Alumni Association will benefit you for days to come. Stay connected. Be a part of this valuable network. Thank you and congratulations again.
Thank you, Len, and thank you for your outstanding service to Georgia Southwestern and our Alumni Association. Appreciate it very much. At this time, it's my privilege to present the President's Excellence in University Service Award. This year's winner grew up in Beecher, Illinois, which is just a few miles from where I was born in Kankakee, Illinois, which explains why she's so smart. This year's winner had her house broken into in broad daylight while she was actually in the house just a few days after she moved to Americus. And at that point, I'm sure she was asking herself, why in the heck did I move to Americus? This year's winner was the star of the 2012 exhibition basketball game, pitting the Harlem Wizards against the GSW Flagstaff All-Stars.
And in case you haven't figured it out yet, this person's last name rhymes with cool, which describes what she is when under pressure. And at this time, if Dr. Elizabeth Ewell will join me here at the podium, please. Dr. Ewell is an assistant professor of psychology with a PhD from the University of Texas at El Paso. She came to Georgia Southwestern in 2011, and during her short tenure here has made numerous contributions to her department, the wider campus community, and the greater Americas community. She has served in a range of advisory roles and as a mentor in a variety of campus organizations. She served on several campus committees, chairing the Committee on Student Affairs for the past 2 years. She's been active in the local community, serving as a member of the advisory board for the Sumter County Family Connections, developing a evaluation plan for the Middle Flint Alcohol Prevention Program, and serving on the board of the Swega Children's Alliance. Her list of service activities is a long one and clearly validates the wisdom of the committee's choice for this year's award. So at this time, it's my privilege to present the President's Excellence in University Service Award to Dr. Elizabeth Ewell. Each year, the House of Representatives, Georgia House of Representatives, in conjunction with the University System of Georgia, identifies and recognizes the outstanding student at each of the USG institutions. And before I say any more, I'm going to ask Dr. Chuck Huffman, the chairman of our Department of Psychology and Sociology, to say something about this year's award winner. Dr. Huffman.
Hello again. I first met Susanna Turner about 2.5, 3 years ago. She was sitting in a chair in the old psychology department. Those of you who are graduating know where that was. It makes a much better parking lot than it ever did the psychology department. I walked out into the common student area, and Susanna was sitting in a chair. I didn't know her name at the time. I'd never seen her before. She was sitting in a chair reading a book. I walked up to her and I said, "What you reading?" That's something typical, I would say. She kind of looked at me, paused a moment, showed me the book. We had a little bit of a discussion and both went on our way. Curiously, she didn't speak to me again for about 3 or 4 months. I don't remember what the book was, but I'll always remember Susanna Turner. Let me tell you a little bit about her. Susanna's from Albany, Georgia. She'll be graduating with a BA in psychology. The BA is the more difficult of the 2 degrees we offer in the psychology department. She has a 4.0 GPA. I describe Susanna as a keen and assiduous student. Dr. McDonald told me I shouldn't use the word assiduous, and no one would know what it meant. And I said, they can always go home and look it up or Google it on their cell phone. I encourage you to do that. Susanna seemed to master difficult concepts easily, and she understands the deeper abstractions that most students never comprehend. She seems tireless, has always required little if any supervision. In the fall of 2013, Susanna conducted an independent senior research project examining the effects of positive affirmations on mood. Her findings suggest that simply saying nice things to yourself about yourself will make your mood more positive. While I'm proud to have mentored her throughout that project, my contributions were minimal, and Susanna did the research on her own. We've had the best kind of faculty-student relationship, where I learned as much or more from her as she did from me. I will miss her questions. I will miss her presence. I will miss Susanna. She plans to attend graduate school. Her plans are to help those with addictions or other substance abuse problems, which I believe is a very noble calling. I have no doubt she will do wonderful things with her life, and please join me in congratulating Susanna Turner, the GSW Outstanding Scholar.
Thank you. I have here a resolution from the House of Representatives commending University System of Georgia outstanding scholar Susanna Jane Turner of Georgia Southwestern State University on Academic Recognition Day for 2014. There are a number of whereases here. Whereas Georgia's educational system is dedicated to the goal of providing a quality education to all and fostering the realization of each person's fullest potential. And whereas Susanna Jane Turner, a scholar from Georgia Southwestern State University, represents excellence in academic achievement and personal development. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the House of Representatives that University System of Georgia outstanding scholar Susanna Jane Turner is commended for superb achievements in education and for being selected as a representative of Georgia Southwestern State University on the occasion of Academic Recognition Day for 2014. Congratulations. At this time, I am to make closing remarks, but I notice there are also final remarks to follow. Sounds like the situation at home. At home, I get the closing remarks, but my wife gets the final remarks. So I'm very comfortable with this. But seriously, let me say once again, congratulations to all of you who are graduating, to all of you who have received awards tonight. We look forward to seeing those of you who are graduating next Saturday, when I will hopefully shake your hand and give you your degree and wish you well as you head off to the next phase of your life. So again, congratulations.
All right, thank you all so much for coming, and thank you so much to everyone that was on the committee and that helped us put this together. I appreciate it very much. At this time, we're going to ask that everyone move to the Marshall Student Center for the reception. But to do so, we're going to have everyone wait, and the seniors are going to lead us out and to the Marshall Student Center. And they're going to be accompanied, hold on, they're going to be accompanied by the fabulous Dr. Mark Laughlin. So congratulations.